Jiyu Xiaojiao is a Shanghai-based lady of 30 years old. Her affluent father died in an accident when she was 12, forcing her to leave the house she grew up in. Jiyu has been attempting to make enough money to buy the house again ever since she began working. Her terrible work doesn't pay well, either. Subsequently, we are presented with Lu Ming, an impoverished property designer. He hasn't been successful in finding a customer to invest in his ideas, despite his urgent search. Both Ming and Jiyu go back to their rundown neighborhood at the end of the day. They appear to reside in the same building and flat, which is odd. As Ming prepares his own meal, Jiyu loads her clothing into the laundry. Following that, Ming begins cleaning veggies in the wash basin, and somehow, some of them wind up in Gu's bathtub. Similarly, Ming's sink has a loofah from her tub inside of it. It's odd that her garments ended up in his cooking pot while Gu's clothes were meant to be in there for supper. Somehow, their possessions wind up in one another's apartments throughout the course of the evening. They don't give it much thought before turning in for the night. Ming gets woken up in the morning by someone slapping him across the face. Gu's room and his have combined to form one enormous room. At first, they fear that they are being broken into. However, they become much more perplexed when they realize how their rooms are kept. While it is pouring on Ming's side, the weather outside Gu's window is bright and beautiful. The pair is facing their door, which has also combined. Ming opens the door from his side first. Jiyu finds the world outside to be disturbing, even if everything appears typical to him. It comes out that he is a 25-year-old man who lives in 1999. Jiyu swiftly opens the door on her side, and Ming is taken aback to see the sophisticated world of 2018. They discover that although they are in separate histories that have combined into one, they actually reside in the same flat. They enter Ming's world of 1999 as they exit via his door, while Gu's world of 2018 lies beyond hers. To check if Ming is dreaming, Jiyu gives her a slap across the face. It is evident to both of them that their destiny have been intertwined for no apparent reason when it affects him. The flat further merges as they attempt to open the doors simultaneously. They discover after closer examination that they are unable to unlock each other's doors and can only pass through them when the other person does. Jiyu discovers that her father is still alive in Ming's timeline. She heads straight for her childhood house, where she finds her younger self having fun with her father. She becomes upset at the sight, but the ground trembles and prevents her from getting close to them. Ming is curious about what would happen to him in the future at home. Jiyu lends him her laptop so he may research himself on social media in place of going out. The new technology astounds Ming, but as he types his name, the earth trembles once more. They acknowledge that since two people cannot exist at the same time, they are unable to communicate with either their past or future selves. Jiyu uses AI support to order food and play music on the phone at night. Ming is in awe of the new phone's capabilities. A gathering of affluent scientists and business people is discussing dimensional alterations in the scenario that follows. The scientist uses the example of a vanishing plane to demonstrate how it left its original location and traveled across space and time. His study indicates that the city has already experienced a merging of the dimensions. Finding the location's coordinates is all that's left to accomplish. The businessman intends to generate revenue through the utilization of the dimensional gateway. Although his face is hidden from us for the duration of the conference, it is obvious that he is supporting the study in order to make money off of the phenomena. Jiyu and Ming had trouble sleeping at night. Jiyu tells on how the loss of her father affected her. After loan sharks took away his house and all he owned, she just has his keychain to remember him by. The next day, they pass through their separate doors and resume their regular lives. Jiyu is seeking a wealthy spouse who is able to purchase the house for her in return for her hand in marriage. She goes on a number of dates with boys, but she hasn't yet met someone who will grant her desires. Jiyu is going on another blind date, this time with a man who seems to really like her. She gives him a virtual tour of the house when he asks her what she wants from a relationship. This is clearly not what the guy is hoping for on a first date. He feels like he is in a meeting with a realtor. Later, Ji-yu makes a friend from an app for online dating. When she informs him her requirements for marriage, he gladly accepts them. The man turns out to be a millionaire and the owner of an agricultural company. Even though he talks like a pervert and is twice Gu's age, she chooses to give him a chance. In order for the house to be purchased in both of their names, he simply wants to provide half of the down payment. They visit an ATM to take out the cash. Ji-yu goes first and gives the man the money before sending him to get a water bottle. Unfortunately for her, though, he turns out to be a con artist who steals her money. She must wait hours outside the bank for the cops to show up and begin their investigation. Ming, on the other hand, is in a loo cubicle having a snack. He hears his manager and the CEO of his firm discussing an impending venture. Following the CEO's departure, manager Zhao discloses his intention to embezzle all of the CEO's funds and force him into bankruptcy. After realizing that someone is listening to their chat a little while later, he retrieves Ming from the bottom of the cubicle. Zhao offers to lend him the money in order to keep him silent. Something he is in dire need of for his company. Ming requests some time to consider it. Later on, Ming approaches manager Zhao, who expresses the desire to terminate him. He has come to the realization that Ming lacks any proof that Zhao intends to betray the CEO. But rather than pleading for himself, Ming is concerned that the CEO may go bankrupt. Zhao labels him a loser for putting other people before himself. The next day, Ji-yu runs into her childhood best friend Xiaoya while working at the jewelry store. To make herself look more enticing to Xiaoya, who is married to a millionaire, she poses as a wealthy customer. After a while, the girls chat, and during that time, Ji-yu brags about her fictitious millionaire husband. When Xiaoya sets up a meal for the two couples that evening, the facades backfire. Ji-yu takes Ming out to dinner and forces him to wear a hired suit. Everything goes smoothly for the first 30 minutes or so, at which point Ming claims to be a UFO researcher, takes a sip from the ice cup, and flashes the rent tag off his coat. The phony $1 million diamond on Gu's finger melts when the evening comes to a close and falls onto the burner. She sobs when she gets home and is comforted by Ming. Together, they watch TV, and they become interested in a show concerning lottery tickets. The next day, they eagerly gather the lottery-winning numbers and purchase them in 1999. They begin to rejoice even before the results are revealed. Ji-yu takes Ming on a date where they explore the city, play virtual reality games and conclude the day at a pub. They overindulge in alcohol and fail to recognize their financial situation. Ji-yu promises to refund the money the next day and hands up her pricey purse to the eatery. They awaken in the same bed the following morning. Since today is the day the lottery results will be revealed, they are anxious. They excitedly await the news and are ecstatic to learn they have won the lotto. But it doesn't endure long since the number on their card then vanishes. It is at that point when the couple understands they have no control over the future. If that is the case, they don't understand why their destinies were linked. Ji-yu comes home upset and never receives her luggage back from the restaurant. The pair quarrels and insults one another while traveling. They suddenly spot Ming's image on a big billboard. Then it is disclosed that he became Xi in 2018 and rose to prominence as one of China's largest builders. He is the multimillionaire firm owner, and in a few minutes, he will be holding a news conference at a nearby location. Ming is taken aback to be considering his future. Ji-yu, who was just having an argument with him, begins to speak kindly to him. When Ming attends the meeting, he first encounters Xi, his future self. However, the event results in an earthquake, necessitating the cancellation of the meeting. As more memories are transferred to his brain, Xi becomes aware of what is happening. Xi's arm gets scarred as a result of Ming's injury. This implies that Xi will be directly impacted by anything Ming does going forward. Then it is revealed that Xi is the businessman who sought to make money off of the dimensional gate. The scientist advises Ming to return to his previous state. Prior to seeing Ji-yu, since the fresh recollections might alter his character and have an impact on Xi. The following day, Ming delivers a letter of resignation to Zhao. He doesn't want to take Zhao's money since he knows he will succeed in the future. She pays Jiyu a visit at work the following day and asks her out on a date. He says he knows she was close to him when he was younger and he wants to treat her. Although the guy and Ming are the same person, Jiyu doesn't feel as at ease with she as she does with Ming. Jiyu finds the posh restaurant he brings her to be too uncomfortable to appreciate. At the conclusion of their date, she begs her to avoid Ming, saying that her presence will distract him from his actual calling in life. In exchange for her allegiance, he swears to purchase her the mansion she has always desired. Not for the home, but for Ming's future, Jiyu consents to follow instructions. After giving Ming a final embrace when she gets home at night, she informs him that she is heading out. She adds that he was asked to accept manager Zhao's offer by she. Jiyu leaves the flat the following day, but ironically, an umbrella has left her door open. This implies that Ming can proceed to 2018 even in her absence. The CEO discovers Zhao's betrayal scheme when he finds him in his office somewhere else. Zhao becomes frightened, knocks him out, and forces him to down some whiskey. His intention is to murder the man and stage the death as an accident. Years later, Jiyu is at home when she shows up with the bag that she was forced to give to the restaurant. Jiyu discovers it's actually Ming when she sees a rent tag on Shi's clothing as he turns around. Before he leaves, she bids him a fond farewell with a kiss. Knowing they would never be able to see each other again makes them both cry. Ming receives a call from Zhao on a bridge as he returns home. With Ming's assistance, he intends to murder the CEO and stage it as an accident. Zhao argues that Ming is too involved in the situation to abandon it at this time, but Ming declines to comply. Ming suddenly understands that Shi's prior decision to assist Zhao is what made him successful. After the CEO passed away, he assumed the role of manager and built his empire on blood. He eventually lost all compassion for the workers and became just motivated by money. He is entirely different from Ming because of this. Ming has been given the opportunity by the universe to choose wisely this time. Moreover, the CEO's keychain reveals to him that he is Gu's father. Jiyu was left an orphan all this time as a result of Shi's choice. Ming saves the man's life because she doesn't want to make the same error. The wicked Shi of 2018 vanishes as soon as he does, indicating that Ming altered the course of events. Jiyu will now grow up to be someone else and never have to lose her father. This implies that the Jiyu of today will likewise vanish. In the final scene. In many timelines, we witness Jiyu and Ming making their way back to their flat. Jiyu vanishes as they get together in the center. And the movie ends. If you like this video, please leave a red heart in the comment section. Thank you for watching.